Hello and welcome to another episode of our From the Helm series, live here at the Gather Round Conference in Adelaide for Resources Rising Stars in partnership with Bell Financial Group. I'm Grady Wulff, Market Analyst with Bell Direct, and now I'm thrilled to be talking to Glen Poole, Managing Director of Firetail Resources. Good to catch up again.
Yes.
Tell me what's been happening in the last 6 months.
Hitting the ground running, we've got lots of geophysics going on that's going to feed our next phase of drilling. So across the Skyline project, we've got on-ground geophysics happening this week, which will directly provide us drill targets for the next steps across the Skyline project. We identified a lot in the work we did last year, advanced those, getting into the pipeline of what's next for drilling. In Canada, the same, so we're doing the geochemistry, we've got geophysics going on as we speak at the moment, so that will then also provide us for targets for drilling in the upcoming drill campaigns.
Now, talking about Newfoundland and Canada, they're attracting a lot of investor attention right now. Can you tell us why it's such a good area for mining, especially for copper, what we're looking for?
Yeah, for sure. So for Newfoundland especially, it's a jurisdiction that's largely been unexplored and undervalued for a very long time. There's huge opportunity up there, these high margin, high grade deposits that are sitting, what people think is in a remote part of the world, is actually very accessible. So getting onto the ground, doing the work, it's no different to being in remote parts of Western Australia, so to speak, in terms of operating. And the same as Peru, there's huge potential there. I mean, the thematic around copper hasn't changed. There's minor fluctuations, but long term, we still need it for the future. That's not going to change.
And now Skyline is the core asset here that we're talking about in the core project. Tell us about what attracted you to the project and why it has so much onward and upward potential.
Yeah, for sure. So it's one of those deposits, it's similar to what they've seen in Cyprus. They're high grade, high margin deposits. So it's a quality over a quantity game. Mm-hmm. The margins are there. There's a lot of metal that accumulates very quickly in these sort of deposits. They don't exist in isolation. We know we've got one. There's going to be at least half a dozen more, and we've identified the hallmarks of what we're seeing there.
And now you are exploring for Cyprus type VMS discoveries. Talking of Cyprus, how big are the deposits and what would the discovery of such a deposit mean for Firetail?
So they're usually between sort of 5 and 15 million tonnes. The largest is 17 in Cyprus. That's 4.5% copper. Mm-hmm. That's just the copper grade alone. So we've got zinc and
huge.
Silver credits as well. So there's a lot of metal that accumulates very quickly with these things. So the same rocks we see in Cyprus exist at Skyline. So we've got 16 kilometres of strike of known ophiolite package, which is identical to what is seen in Cyprus. So 78 million tonnes have been mined there in the last sort of 100 years. Mm-hmm. And they've been mining that sort of stuff since 5000 BC. So it's got a history, it's got pedigree.
Bit of time back there. Now, talking about Canada, what exploration activities are underway and are you excited about this area as well?
Oh, absolutely. So we've got drone mag going on and a 3D IP survey over the governor's target, which will really give us a target to drill into in the upcoming drill campaign. So we're trying to replicate what we see at the York mine, just 2 kilometres away.
And now in Peru, so not only have you got assets everywhere, let's just say. The Picture project was selected for BHP's Explore program this year. How big is that and how exciting is that? And where are you at with that?
So again, that's progressing really well. We've got the amount of support we're getting from the BHP team is immense. So we've got a team out of Santiago that's really supporting us through every aspect of geology, geochemistry, geophysics. So we're getting so much support about how to find porphyries, what we should be looking for, and the steps we need to be taking. So this target we identified to the north has the hallmarks of what we're seeing as a development of a porphyry system. We know there's copper at surface, that's been proven. Trying to find the source of this. Yeah.
And what are the current steps and activities for Peru, and what do you see as going next?
So geochemistry, geochronology, and geophysics, which will feed into, I guess, the next phase of exploration. We do have a drill permit underway for the Ichikola target, which is expected in June, July this year, after which we'll start drilling on that target while we advance the rest of the pipeline of targets as well.
So you have some pretty high profile board members on the Firetail board that we can't go past talking about, and M&A activity is running red hot right now. Is M&A on the horizon amongst your board members?
Yeah, for sure.
Firetail?
There's always assets out there that if they're the right fit for the company, then we will make a move on those sort of things. There's a lot of opportunity in America especially that is sort of, we believe is undervalued. There's a track record of assets coming off the TSX, in recent history that have done very, very well on the ASX just because there's a lack of new projects coming online. So always got the eyes open.
And we're very excited. Glen, thanks for your time today. And we're excited to see where Firetail goes over the next 12 months and beyond. Thanks for joining us from the Helm.